Hi guys, Daz here from MyGreatPhone.com. Today I've got an Android app review for you. It's called Noom, and it's effectively a weight loss, nutrition management, workout saving app. There's lots and lots of aspects to it. I'll try and explain as much as I can. I'm not a pro user, so there'll be things that even I haven't discovered. It's some kind of app that goes above its station and continuously tries to do more for you. It's always adding things to try and motivate you, basically. So basically, to begin with, you have levels of activity. I'm on level 2, and you get Noom points for everything you do, and it's broken down into different things. Effectively, there's the logging of meals, there's the exercise aspect, and then there's the kind of the knowledge aspect, and all of these things work towards lots and lots of Noom points for you, which are your nutritional knowledge. Now, the main aspect of this app for most people will be effectively the logbook and not the coach. It kind of tries to be a little bit too clever. Now, the logbook allows you to log the main three things to do with fitness and weight loss. So there's the actual weighing itself and the weight loss itself. There's your meal logging and adding and working out the calories that you've taken in. And there's the exercise and working out the calories that you burn. And all of these things are one step above just being a standard sort of logbook. So in weight log, you see we've got some nice little sliders here. So the UI is actually quite clever and nice. There's a weigh-in tool which can be in metric or imperial. So when you click this, it will bring up a little login source. And we also got is a graph that shows everything. Now I use a different app for logging in, my weight at least, and I use something called Libra. And I'll tell you why. Because this, like a lot of other apps, you get a choice of kilograms or pounds, which is fine, but if you're from the UK, you'll know, like everybody else, we use stones and pounds, and it's a real pain in the A to be continuously trying to work out 14 times whatever, plus the number of pounds, plus there's also the other aspect of less than a pound, how many ounces. On traditional scales, what you'll find is they're measured in fractions, but the Americans don't seem to have grasped that, and they tend to produce these apps. Excuse me. And we also have the meal logging aspect. See, I've only used this Monday and today. I also use another tool generally called MyFitnessPal, which makes meal logging a little bit easier. But I have tried this out because for a lot of people, they do prefer the method of meal logging in Noom. Now, what you can do is, so you click the slider, and you can log your meals. So you'll see for breakfast I've logged my meals, and for lunch I've logged my meals. So if I check a look at lunch, you'll see what I've eaten. I've had a beef and horseradish sandwich with a small dessert. Fine. And you'll look at these calorie marks here, you'll see that they're not particularly accurate, and that's because the way that Noom measures calories and the way that you log food is done in a weird way. Unlike the other apps in this sort of area where you'd have a big database of everything, there is a database where you can scan, but there's not a huge amount on there. You can dial in the barcode again. It's not as comprehensive as, say, MyFitnessPal. Or you can add a food item, and this is supposedly going to simplify your login, but I find it a little bit restrictive. So it's categorized from green all the way down to red, and supposedly green are the healthy things. Yellow or amber are the kind of in between, tend to be things with high amounts of carbohydrates, but still being slightly healthy. And we've got red, which is naughty things. But if I was to click, so for example, I've had some bacon today for dinner. What you'll see is the units. I shouldn't have clicked that there. The units are standard for bacon. We've got 2 dice, a thumb, a deck of cards, or a hockey puck. Now you might think, wouldn't that be more sensible to have it in rashers? But the idea is they're going to try and make it so that everything's relative to a particular sort of size. So meat tends to be in these units here. Obviously you've got the option of fluids there as well, which make a lot more sense to Americans. But any meat items are done in that kind of thing. If we use yogurt, we've got matchbook, thumb, ping pong ball, baseball. So we've got they're very strange units, and sometimes I find that a little bit restrictive. So healthy cereals say special K. Half a golf ball, tennis ball, small fist. Very odd indeed. I suppose maybe a small fist of special K. I haven't eaten that for dinner, but let's say I was going to. And then I want some semi-skimmed milk, so then it becomes a little bit of difficulty. Shall I try and find semi-skimmed milk? Semi-skimmed milk. And now we have to measure in glasses or cups. Okay. Well, I mean, what do you consider a glass? Maybe it's 1 glass of milk, but I don't know. I mean, when I look at that, 250 calories, a bowl of Special K, and semi-skim milk does equate probably to about 230, 220. So it's not too far out, but it's a strange way of measuring things, I must admit. So you see I've added that. It's broken it down in the composition, supposed to give you some sort of idea. Then it adds it to your total, and so it's pretty clever. And the UI is nice. It's just the building blocks of how it measures things is very strange. Now you see that's up my level because I've used it more. I've logged everything, so I've kind of got the coach has given me some points for that. But we'll go back in the logbook just for now. You'll see that that's now all marked off, and the daily total number of calories based on my weight, etc., is showing that I'm way under, which I would be if I was just eating Special K and semi-skim milk for dinner. The exercise aspect down here is also kind of above and beyond just logging your exercise. So if I was going to say start a workout, what you'll see is immediately it's starting an auto start on treadmill walk. Let's say I'll put it on just walking. It's telling you where I am. It's used the GPS to do that. If I then look at this, press auto start, if I have the volume on, you'll hear it, it's playing music instantly. It's set up for that, so it's trying to do everything all at once. It's trying to be an all-in-one app. So this now would be tracking me on my walk around the village I live in. So it's a deep application. There's a lot to it. Now let me just pause that. Okay, end the workout. I'll discard that. Again, I was pressing the back button, and you see that wasn't doing what instinctively I'd imagine it to do to take me back. It kind of locked me, but then if you were walking around, you might not want it to work like that. Again, it's probably a learned thing. If I go to coach, you'll see that by clicking these little elements, we get little bits of description, so the Noom level tells you what that's all about, the only numbers that matter. So I click this, and what you often get is bits of tutorials and nutritional coaching, and little tests as well, and little challenges. I won't do this one right now. Here's just a little bit of information. So it's about macronutrients, and all of these things are supposed to clue you up on different aspects of nutrition. So once I've read this, I knew this information already. I've read this, and this will then contribute and give me some Noom points. And so all the time it's trying to teach you. One nice little area is the pedometer. While you've got this loaded and this sort of in the background, it's counting the number of steps that you're making. Obviously you can kind of trick it. That is one aspect of this app that I like. As I'm walking around work all day, it's telling me that I'm doing, say, 3,000 steps a day. I didn't know that. I do now, so it's good. At least I know that. While I'm off, well, it's Saturday and I'm ill, I've done very little walking today. It's pretty shameful. As you'll see, these areas here are locked for pro, so there's a little bit of an upsell. And I don't blame them. Why not? There's a forum aspect, which people sharing their other bits of information about weight loss, which is all very clever. And success stories, and again, all supposed to motivate you, and everybody sort of chipping in and giving lots of little ideas. So all these things together could contribute to a healthier lifestyle, which is always great. And of course you can then view a history of everything that you've logged on this app. So in essence, with a little bit of work, this app could be brilliant. I'd like the units changed, and I'd like it to adopt the proper imperial measurements that we'd actually use and not just the implied ones. But all in all, a very good app. Thanks very much, guys. Hope that was interesting. Go and download it from the Play Store. It's free. And join me soon for another review. Thank you very much.